everyone. Welcome back to Sportsbook Review's coverage of the Champions League. Match day 2 we are moving into. We absolutely killed it on match day 1, Alex. So I'm hoping that we can keep the good times rolling. As I said, I'm your host, Martin Green. I have Alex Campean alongside me. Tancredi Palmeri is supposed to be with us. He's currently hot-footing it out of AC Milan's training ground, which apparently overran. He's somewhere in the middle of Milan walking about. He may join us at some point, maybe not. We're not too sure right now. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, Mohammed, who says Martin will say Arsenal will win the Premier League. Arsenal will win the Premier League. North London is red. Tottenham are going home, and I think we're only 5 points off the top of the table now. So there's only one winner of the Champions League, and that is the mighty Arsenal. Sadly, they're not in the Champions League this season, but they're going to be back next season. Don't worry about that. And
a pretty good round for Arsenal, with Liverpool drawing, with United losing, with Chelsea losing. A pretty good round for
exactly. All our key title rivals lost, so or lost ground anyway, apart from Man City. But Arsenal keep on rolling. Yeah, that first half was just electrifying stuff. So we have got 7 games below, I think, or 8 games below that we're going to break down. These are the games that we have official picks for, myself and Alex and Tancredi. But we will play correct score round at the end. Well, we will run through every other game and we'll give what we think might be our correct score. Bit of fun. They're not official plays, but we'll give you our opinion on them. First up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see today. We love it, and the YouTube algorithm loves it. And you can head on over to sportsbookreview.com for a detailed breakdown of some of these games from our pro handicappers, such as Alex alongside me. And you've got loads of great free content at SBR, sportsbookreview.com. So do head on over there. But the first game, I don't know why we're previewing this game, Alex, because this looks like an extremely tough game to me. I am sitting on the fence with this one, but it is AC Milan versus Atletico Madrid. AC Milan unbeaten in 6 Serie A games so far, lingering near the top of the table, just behind Napoli. Atletico were unbeaten in La Liga, where they're the champions, but they suffered a shock defeat to Alaves at the weekend. That busted my coupon, busted a lot of coupons, I think, unfortunately. But
100%
is coming back. Cloquet coming back. Joao Felix is available. Alex, I don't know. I don't think you've got a tip for this.
No. But first of all, I wanted to say to give a shout out to the guys on the chat: Jojo, Barsaman, Edem, Sean, Muhammad, Kyle Crawford, James, Peter. Who else? It was Nick, Niklas, Dominic, Sam, Ashley Wade, Lyle, Titus. Jojo, Dylan, Lawrence, Bertrand Abrahams, everybody is with us on the chat.
We got Mitch, we've got Sam, we've even got CR7.
Yeah, we have Cristiano Ronaldo here with us.
Wait, it's all happening. It's all happening on the chat. We are delighted to have you here. Thanks all for being here. Yeah, give us a like if you enjoy listening to myself and Alex today. Great to have you all here. We don't have anything on this one. Tan does. To be honest, I'm leaning towards Atletico, but I think it could be a draw. I could see this maybe being 1-1 or perhaps 2-1 to Atletico. What would you say if you had to go for this one, Alex?
I would go the other way around. I would go AC Milan with a draw no bet at 2.1 if I am forced to play something from this match. But I can see also an under 2.5 type of game at 1.72.
Oh, you can see an under. Yeah, I can see it being 1-1 or perhaps 2-1 to a particular team. I can see why everyone's going to go for AC Milan in this one because they've made a really strong start to the season. They were unlucky to lose to Liverpool, I think, that 3-2 game. But I just think this is the first time AC Milan have played in this competition for 8 years. They're a young and relatively inexperienced group of players, missing their leader and talisman in Zlatan Ibrahimovic, whereas I do think Atletico have a broad experience in this competition. They know how to get the job done. They often qualify for the knockout stages. Some of these players have been to the semi-finals and the final of the competition. So I do think that with Joao Felix, with Suarez coming back, I think they could just about nick it. But I'm very much on the fence for this one. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on because we've got the biggest game. Oh,
don't move on. Don't move on.
Here he is, Tancredi Palmeri. Where are you, Tan?
Hello, guys.
In the car.
I'm in the car, and I wish I could have shown you, but the control room forbidden that to me. I could have shown you right next to me. I'm next to the famous Milanello, the Milan training ground. I was just there attending the 15 minutes of Milan training open to media on the eve of a Champions League game. Zlatan Ibrahimovic left the training right before it started. So he did some gym, but before the football started on pitch, the proper football training, he left. Giroud actually trained with the others. As Martin was mentioned, a long time Milan didn't play in Champions League. 7 years since the last Milan game in San Siro in Champions League, and it was Milan Atletico indeed in 2014, the round of 16 of the Champions League. It's a strange situation because Milan are playing very good, 2 points from the top, but actually they already faced the Lazio and Juventus. They have to deal with injury, but Simon Kier was training regularly with the others, so probably he will play with tomorrow. Atletico, only 1 win in the last 4 games. They seem more groggy, but they are the Spanish champions. Very tough and level game, as always it is against Simeone's side. Atletico drew the first one, so Milan in this impossible group see actually a chance to trying to get second. So it will be a huge fight. That's why I go with a draw.
Okay, thanks very much, Tan. Great to have you here with us. Thanks for getting in your car and driving on down to the filming. Okay,
James is asking why gamblers hanging around the Milan training ground. Well, first of all, Tancredi is not a gambler. He's a reporter. He's a sports reporter. This is why he went to the training ground and he's also from Milan. Well, he's living in Milano right now, so of course that he's there.
Thanks for taking my defense, Alex. By the way, in case if you want to verify the Alex news, you can check or on Al Jazeera tomorrow at 2:30 UK time, or 7:30 UK time, or you can download the Sport Italia app, which is the only Italian free-to-air sports TV channel, and you can watch me there, so you can verify.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to watching you on this channel, Tan, for the next 30 minutes, I think. We've got some fantastic games to cover. We're going to move on to Paris Saint-Germain versus Manchester City. And Manchester City beat PSG home and away in the Champions League semi-finals last season. 2-0 and 2-1, so it was 4-1 on aggregate. Since then, PSG have, really bolstered their squad in the summer, but not many of those players have actually broken into the first team yet. I know Hakimi started at the weekend, but Messi was out injured, Sergio Ramos was out injured, Donnarumma can't break into the team, and Jorginho Wijnaldum was on the bench too. So unless Messi makes a recovery from injury, it could be a very similar PSG team to the team that lost home and away against Man City last season, Alex.
And they were held to a 1-1 draw against Club Brugge in the first round of fixtures in Champions League. I think that it was the worst PSG version that we've seen in the last couple of years, I don't know if Messi will be fully fit. Maybe Tancredi will give us some more feedback on that and about Verratti also. But we sure know that Di Maria is suspended due to red card. And Sergio Ramos is not playing with that injury, The rest I don't know, but Manchester City full of confidence after that masterclass win against Chelsea from Pep Guardiola and company. I think that they will go with the first chance into this match, and I really expect them to win this game against the PSG. PSG, probably this is the last match. If they lose this one, probably Pochettino will say bye to Paris and move on with his life. So I really have Manchester City at 2.35.
Oh, that would be devastating for Pochettino. Only trophy he's won is that cup that they won last year. If he couldn't get a Ligue 1 title, at least from his time in Paris, that would be tough. Tan, did you watch Man City versus Chelsea at the weekend? It was a masterful performance from Man City, like Alex said.
Yes, indeed. For once, Guardiola said, you know what? Maybe we could play an holding midfielder as a holding midfielder and a striker as a striker. And unbelievable, that really worked. Unbelievable. So maybe in Champions League final, we could have played a striker as a striker and a holding midfielder as a holding midfielder. Unbelievable, the science of football, how impossible it is to discover sometimes. Don't want to say play basic, but I think everybody must learn their lesson about something. Even the master Pep can learn a lesson. Chelsea lost a bit of pace. This game, though, it's a completely different kind of story. PSG drew against Brugge. Pochettino is already on the edge after Messi being substituted and not giving a handshake back to him. Mbappe was benched 2 days ago, and from the bench, he protested against Neymar, talking, I don't remember with whom, with Kimpembe maybe, saying, oh, that beggar didn't give me the pass. So there isn't really a great atmosphere. And Pochettino is really on the bench. He's saved by the fact that there isn't really a concrete option available at the moment. But if Ancelotti would be jobless at the moment, Pochettino would be that far from being gone. Messi should be back. This morning, he trained regularly with the rest of the team. And considering how much is important this game now for the PSG situation, but also overall for the group situation, not only because PSG drew with Brugge, but because basically the top of the group is decided by this face-off. So PSG really, Pochettino must play all the cards. Imagine if he doesn't win and he doesn't play Messi, then Leonardo Nasser will come there and say, so for what you think we signed Messi? For you or for the team? Manchester City is in full confidence after that game. But maybe Chelsea underestimated that power of revenge of Manchester City. I believe it will be super intense, super intense. And I think this leveling will be shown on the pitch. That's why I picked the draw also in this.
Also, James Pomeroy, he rarely catches us live, and he wanted to thank us for all the amazing content. And thank you for watching us, James.
Thank you, James. That means a lot. We really appreciate. We love the good comments. We've got a fantastic community of football soccer bettors here, and we love sharing best practice and working together to find the best tips for the weekend's action or the midweek action. Irish John wants to know why we're not covering the Arsenal game, because it's the Champions League. But don't you worry, Irish John. Arsenal are going to be in this competition next year and winning it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going. Alex is going for Man City. Tan's going for the draw, and I'm going.
Don't tell me that you're going for PSG.
No, I'm going Man City draw no bet. I think Man City get the job done, but I'm throwing in a draw no bet just to be on the safe side. I just go back to last season; they were too slick, too good on the ball for PSG. And I don't think a great deal has changed for PSG. I think they've still got a lot of new players to try to gel into an effective unit. Hasn't quite happened yet. So I make Man City the favourites for that one. But we're going to move on to Juventus versus Chelsea. Juventus, what a terrible start to the season they had. They've won a couple of games 3-2 in the past week, but it does seem papering over the cracks a little bit to me. Alvaro Morata's not playing in this game, and Paulo Dybala's not playing in this game. So are they going to be a bit toothless in attack, Tan? How are they going to cause problems for this Chelsea defence, which is rock solid?
I think that their aim will be let's not concede anything, and if they concede us, something, let's try. It's going to be 4-4-2, probably with Chiesa and Kulusevski up front. So there will be 3 defensive midfielders out of 4. They will be adapted.
Kulusevski?
They don't have any other option. Keane is injured. Sorry, Morata is injured. Dybala is injured. No, Moise Kean is available. Sorry, Moise Kean is available. So it will be Kean and Chiesa and Kulusevski on the side. But anyway, it will be a pure team for counter-attack. Purely that. Juventus can't stand at this moment a game, an open play game against, what can I say, Leipzig? Maybe no, Leipzig is too much. Let's say Sevilla maybe. So aging against Chelsea. They need to lock back and wait for the moment that Chelsea will unbalance and then try on counter-attack. Out of all the official 6 games that Juventus played so far, the best one they played has been against Malmo. I'm not necessarily referring to the football. I'm talking about the attitude, the approach, the mentality. It will be at home, and the Juventus Stadium at home always plays some trick. I know that Chelsea is just another category from Juventus, but considering they are in an emergency situation without Morata, without Dybala, possibly this is giving more responsibility to all the other players, and possibly this will help Juventus to play more tight. So surprisingly, I go for a draw in this one too.
Okay, thanks, Tan. I just can't see past the Chelsea win, I'm afraid, in this one.
Even money.
They're looking very strong. Juventus are missing their 2 forwards. I think that'll embolden Chelsea to take a couple more risks. I still think they can win the midfield battle, even though Locatelli's a good player. I still think he can get the better of Kante, Jorginho.
They for sure will win the midfield battle, Martin. That was Jorginho and Kante. They for sure will completely whip away the midfield battle. I would say that I would count more on the defensive performance of Chiellini and Bonucci. That when they face England players.
Juventus have been leaking goals though, haven't they? 10 goals conceded in 6 games. Chiellini hasn't been playing. Bonucci's been playing.
But why Chiellini hasn't been playing? Because he's saving himself for this kind of games. One player can change the things, but exceptionally for the great play, for a great game, maybe it can happen.
So you are telling me that Chiellini is resting for Champions League and not playing in the Serie A?
He can't play 2 games every 3 days, Alex. He can't. He just can't. The guy can't.
But Szczesny's been benched because Szczesny's been having such a dreadful season. They got their backup goalkeeper in. I know Chelsea missing a couple of players as well. We haven't had Mount and we haven't had Pulisic, but Lukaku, Kai Havertz. I think Chelsea are going to the Juventus Stadium and winning.
Kai Havertz, clueless against Manchester City. What a disappointment from Kai Havertz when he entered in the second half. Very bad performance. I liked way more Werner against City.
He's young though, isn't he? He's still learning. I think he doesn't often have 2 bad games in a row. He typically seems to bounce back.
And imagine how much they are eager right now to bounce back after that defeat against City and beat Juventus. And you can see from the books that are giving 4.1 to Juventus at home in Champions League. This is the difference in quality right now between the 2 teams.
Mad. If you had to go,
know that I think that in the last 7 years, or maybe 8, Juventus has never been given so much at home in Champions League.
Yeah, probably.
By the bookies, but actually, there's no point to say in Champions League, not even in Serie A. I think, no doubt, this is the highest odds on Juventus at home in the last 9 years.
Probably because they're playing against the European champions and they've had a dreadful start to the season and Ronaldo's left and they've got their 2 strikers injured. It's not looking great. Alex, if you had to say a correct score for this, what would you go for?
2-0 for Chelsea.
Nice. There we go. Okay, next up we have Porto against Liverpool. This is going to be an exciting game again. Coming out with the injury news, because both of Porto's centre backs are going to be missing. Pepe's injured, and Chancellor Mbembe got himself sent off at the end of the card. Yes, ridiculous at the end of that game against Atletico in like the 96th minute. So, Alex, if you've got your two centre backs missing and you're coming up against Mane, Salah, Jota or Firmino, it's not looking great, is it?
No. And mostly against Salah right now, that is on fire. 5 goals in 6 matches in Premier League. Also found the back of the net against AC Milan in the first leg, in the first round. I don't know. Probably he's the player from Liverpool who reached 100 goals in the in 158 matches. No, 200.
Shortest lap of time.
Shortest. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tim. So I think that right now, despite that 3-3 draw against the newly promoted Brentford, with Liverpool missing some crazy sitters, one-on-one with the keeper, and if you watch that match, you know what I'm talking about. I think that I gave you a bet, but I will change it for this match. So I had the Alex Classic, but after going deeper in that match, I'm changing my bet. I'm going with Liverpool total team goals over 1.5 goals at 1.71. Liverpool are scoring goals for fun right now this season. I think that they are the hottest team in Premier League, and I have to take them to score at least 2 goals against this Porto side. Klopp knows his Porto side. He played already 4 times against them, 3 wins. Every time scored at least 2 goals. They scored also 4 goals against Porto. So they know what to expect from Porto. Probably Porto will find also the back of the net, but I think that this is the best value bet, in my opinion. Liverpool to score over 1.5 goals on their own.
Yeah, Porto are unbeaten so far this season, and they did get that draw against Atletico, so they're definitely a tough nut to crack. But I just fear that those injuries to the 2 defenders could be damaging in this game.
Exactly.
Even though they're on the road, Liverpool are top of the Premier League. They did beat AC Milan in the last round of fixtures. So I've just gone for a straight Liverpool win. Tan, we didn't get a chance to celebrate your Tan madness coming in at the weekend. Salernitana draw at half-time. Sassuolo won at full-time. Tan madness. You shake the screen, it happens. Oh, man, loving it.
Guys, I just want to tell you, I don't know how many people took my Serie A tips this week, but not only the Tan madness went in, we will talk about that on Thursday, but 8 out of 9 Serie A tips went in.
Nice.
If you really enjoyed even half of that, because they were almost all rich odds. One madness, but all rich odds, like draw at the halftime Spezia Milan. If you enjoyed even half of that, you owe me 1 football shirt. I would say.
There you go. And you don't have anything for this one, but what would you go for if you had to say a correct score? Porto, Liverpool.
Yeah, not part of my top 5 tips, but the 2 centre backs missing are making absolutely the bet. So I would just go with a safe pick on Liverpool to win. I would say 1-2 for Liverpool.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can see that definitely coming in. 2-1 for Liverpool. That sounds good. Okay, we're going to move on to the next game. We have got a resurgent RB Leipzig. Club Brugge. Now, Club Brugge held PSG to a 1-1 draw in the first match day, which was phenomenal. And they actually were good value for it. It wasn't like they were hanging on or anything. They played well. They're coming up against RB Leipzig, Alex, who scored 6 at the weekend. Are they back in business under the new manager, or can you see them kind of green shoots of recovery?
Yeah, I like the fact that they didn't score 2-3 goals and after that sitting back. No. They went all in during the entire match. They created a lot of opportunities in both halves. They scored 3 in first, 3 in the second. But it's Hertha. I mean, you cannot say, okay, they won against Barcelona 6-0. Even though I think that they can easily beat Barcelona right now on how Barcelona are looking. Nkunku is the player to watch here, but they still have a lot of problems to solve after losing, because we will repeat, but they lost their two best center backs, their best midfielder. They have a new manager. They have a new striker. They're playing better without Andre Silva. This is what amazes me, you know. But I see this should be one of the most exciting games of the midweek action. Exciting in terms of goals, because also Bruges have goals in them. They pulled off a huge upset 2 weeks ago against PSG. They're playing like a team. They are very, very good and very united, you know, and they have some interesting and decent players, decent to good players, you know, that can score goals. So I'm going with the Alex Classic at 2.0. I think that is this one, plus 100. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the match.
Okay, thanks, Alex. Mal Scala wants to take you out for a fancy dinner, Tan. You're being offered a Legia Warsaw shirt, and someone wants to know which Joey wants to know which team. I'd say get an Arsenal shirt, because Arsenal are going places. But what would you go for if you had to choose a shirt?
Okay, so dziękuję for Legia shirt every time of the year. If I would say which team shirt, well, what would I say? Well, considering that PJ Simpson has already booked for sending me a Messi shirt to me too, so possibly I would say a Jorginho Chelsea shirt. Yes, Jorginho Chelsea shirt would be the best. Or Italy.
Oh.
Italy. Yeah, I still don't have my Euro 2020 shirt. I still miss that.
I don't know if anyone heard, but Italy won the European Championship this summer. They beat.
Not only they beat the host in the final.
They did. They beat England in the final. It was
England. Yes, England
shootout. You're being offered a Houston Dynamo jersey, which sounds pretty good to me. JP wants to know what's the Alex Classic. The Alex Classic is called the Alex Classic because Alex always bets on it. It's over 2.5 goals and both teams to score. It's a combo. It's a good bet. It's a good bet. Okay, so we're going to move on to Salzburg, another team from the Red Bull Energy Drinks Empire, coming up against Lille, Ligue 1 champions. They're getting back in business, aren't they, Lille?
Yeah.
Couple of wins in a row after a very poor start to the season. I'm feeling a bit more encouraged about Lille after Jonathan David scored a few goals in his last 2 games. But Salzburg, Alex, they're a good side going forward, aren't they?
Very good side going forward. I think that one of the best European teams going forward. They have that that all-in approach, you know, in every single game. They are scoring goals. They are doing it very easily. But this Lille, as you said, they started to win games. You know, they beat Reims. They beat Strasbourg. I think that they have a pretty good chance to return home with 1 point here. But I wouldn't go against Salzburg. This is why I'm going again for a high-scoring affair in this match. I'm going over 2.5 goals, and I can't believe the price for over 2.5 goals at 1.8. Just over 2.5 goals, not combined with anything. I think that even Salzburg can score on their own 3 goals and cover the spread, you know.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. I agree with you there. Tan, you've got to play on this game. You're going for one of the teams. Who are you going for?
Yes. By the way, Leipzig Brugge wasn't part of my tip, but if I would go, I would just go with, I don't know, probably exact result 3-1 for Leipzig. Here, well, Salzburg is impressing me how they have gone through their sales and still keeping their so which is not exactly the same thing I've seen happening at Lille, especially when Lille play away. So the odds on Salzburg at home are good enough to be taken. It's at 2, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even more, maybe even at 240. So Salzburg to win, pure and simple.
2.05.
Yeah, I got you at plus 105 on there, 2.05, which is a good set of odds when, yeah, Lille haven't been great at the start of the season. I'm a bit concerned by their form. So I'm with Alex. I'm on the over 2.5 goals there as well. I think both teams can score as well if you want to bump it up for a bit more value. Next up, we have a team that haven't been involved in many high-scoring games. Wolfsburg, they're hosting Sevilla in Germany. Wolfsburg's unbeaten start to the season fell apart with a bit of a damaging 3-1 defeat to Hoffenheim at the weekend. Hoffenheim were winless in their previous 4 or 5 games, so that wasn't a great result for them. They're coming up against the Sevilla team that are unbeaten in La Liga, but could only draw with Salzburg in the Champions League first round. Tan, you're on this one. What are you going for in this one?
Well, we saw that Wolfsburg got a path, always, whether that would be Europe or whether it be Bundesliga. Conceding very little, always. Being not so German in the way we learn German teams can be when they do showtime. So taking care about and being more practical. Sevilla don't have at all high scoring stats, and not at all when they play away. When I saw that the under 2.5 goals was approximately, when I saw it was 1.83, I said, wow, I think is overpriced, these under 2.5 goals.
Okay, so Tan's going for under 2.5 goals. That looks interesting because Yusuf En-Nesyri, who is Sevilla's most dangerous striker, he's going to be out because he was sent off in the game against Salzburg, which isn't looking good. But I still think Sevilla can go there and get a result. Even without him, they've got Rafa Mir, they've got, Joan Jordan, they've got Lucas Ocampos, they've got Papu Gomez, they've got Eric Lamela even. They've got Suso, all sorts of attacking threat, and I think they could be too technically astute and too strong for Wolfsburg over 90 minutes. So I think at the very least, Sevilla get a draw in Germany. Alex, you're not on this one, but correct score?
1-0 type of match for Sevilla. I don't know. You can even take them with the draw no bet option at 1.82.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I'm going Sevilla draw no bet. A few people here are going, what's Barca man going for? Sevilla and the draw double chance, and both teams to score. Ooh, a lot of Wolfsburg draw half time or 0-0 under 2.5 goals. Yeah, everyone's expecting a relatively low scoring game in that one. Okay, so we've been through all the games in which we have an official pick for, but everyone likes to know what the guys think about all the different games. So we're going to play the correct score round. We just run through the card, every game we haven't covered yet. We'll ask Alex and Tan what their correct scores are. So we start the correct score round with Ajax, who absolutely slaughtered Sporting Lisbon, coming up against Besiktas. Alex, Ajax, Besiktas.
I think it's a 3-0 type of match. Besiktas will be without Batshuayi, Ghezal, Nkoudou, Pjanic, Teixeira, Vida, Topal, all their most important players. So 3-0 type of match for Ajax, who unbelievably 1.14 for a home win for Ajax. Absolutely insane.
Yes, it's a very poor set of odds. Tan, Ajax, Besiktas, both, what score?
Same as Alex, 3-0.
Okay, right, we didn't do Shakhtar versus Inter. Alex, Shakhtar versus Inter?
1-2.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 1-2. Tan, 1-2, or
exactly.
All right, we'll come to you first on the Wednesday game, so you can.
You don't believe? You think I'm just jumping on the odds, right?
Yeah, no, I'm there. I think both teams can score in that one, and I fancy Inter to win it. Okay, Borussia Dortmund versus Sporting Lisbon, Alex.
This is a tough one, and I think that Dortmund. I don't know if Haaland will play. Muscle injury questionable. Hazard, Reina, even Julian Brandt, Emre Can, Marco Reus, knee injury. And still the odds are on Dortmund. So you saw what happened during the weekend against Gladbach, what problem they had without Haaland and Reis there. 2-1 Dortmund.
2-1 Dortmund. Yeah, it's definitely a lineup check, Tan, but I think you're going to go for 2-1 as well to Dortmund.
Exactly.
He's loving it. Well, as I say, we are going to start with you first for the Wednesday game. So, but the final one that we haven't covered on Tuesday is Real Madrid versus Sheriff Tiraspol, Alex.
2-0.
Tan?
3-0.
3-0. Okay. Yeah, I think 3-0 looks about right. Okay. Atalanta versus Young Boys, who one of our viewers told me that where they are in Bern, no one calls them Young Boys. Everyone just calls them YB or EB in Switzerland. So Atalanta versus EB, Tan.
I say 2-1 Atalanta.
Couldn't agree with you more. Alex?
I go 3-1 Atalanta.
Both teams to score, Atalanta to win, like it. Zenit St. Petersburg versus Malmo, Tan.
I say 2-0 Zenit.
Alex?
2-1. 2-1 for Zenit.
Yeah. Bayern Munich versus Dynamo Kiev.
I say 4-0 Bayern.
Alex? Oh.
Yeah, around there. I don't see Dynamo Kiev scoring. Yeah, should be around there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 75% of this game in this round, they are pretty clear. And then there are these big ones, Milan Atletico, PSG City, Juventus Chelsea. It's very weird fixture.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know, my voice just went. My voice must have been the excitement. Hopefully it'll return in time for the Europa League show later. We have Benfica versus Barcelona, Tan.
I say, that's difficult, but I say 1-0.
Oh, Alex.
I agree, 1-0.
Yeah, I agree there. I could maybe see 2-1 Benfica even. I think that's a difficult game for Barcelona. Next up, we have, this is a horrible one. Man United versus Villarreal, Tan.
Oh, I say 1-0.
Same here.
Yeah, 1-0. Full house. Okay, that's all of them. We've already covered Wolfburg, Sevilla, so that's it. And my voice has returned just in time to get the official picks up, please, Esteban.
Minus my how you say Porto Liverpool one. There at Porto Liverpool, I have Liverpool total team goals over 1.5 at minus 140, something like that.
Okay, so I've got Man City Man City at plus 135 there, but I'm also changing mine. I'm going for Man City draw no bet, which I think is about minus 140. But yeah, definitely siding with Man City there. I've got straight win for Liverpool at minus 131. I've got Chelsea to win at minus 103. I've got Sevilla draw no bet at minus 110. And I'm copying Alex. Salzburg, Lille over 2.5 goals at minus 125.
Manchester City, money line plus 135. Salzburg, Lille over 2.5 goals at minus 125. Leipzig, Brugge, the Alex Classic there, both into score and over 2.5 at plus 100. Liverpool total team goals over 1.5.
Milan Atletico, it's a draw at plus 225. Paris Saint-Germain, Man City, it's a draw at plus 250. Juventus Chelsea, it's what you think, what else? Then a draw at plus 260. Wolfburg Sevilla, under 2.5 goals at minus 120. And Salzburg to win straight at plus 105.
Oh, like it a lot. Thank you, Tan, and thank you, Esteban, for bringing up those picks. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Yeah, Kyle's saying Martin loving his English sides. I can't get away from it, though, Kyle. We've had English sides dominating the Champions League quite a lot in recent years, often getting to the deep into it. Obviously, Chelsea are the champions. Man City, they were
almost every English side won a European trophy lately. Almost every club except one.
Next season, though, Tan, there's always next season. Arsenal for the Champions
As Nick Hornby says, there will be always a next season.
This season, did you see Arsenal versus Tottenham? It was scintillating stuff. There's only one winner of the Champions League next season. That is Arsenal. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you very much. We're going to be back in 45 minutes to cover the Europa League. But thanks for everyone for giving us a like. We've got 70 likes. So please hit that thumbs up button on your way out. We'd really appreciate that. Head on over to sportsbookreview.com for more in-depth analysis from Alex and Tan on some of these games. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Hope you get lots of winners. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Tan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Myself, see you Thursday.